stuff there by Tracy, and the numbers speak for themselves with both of these quarterbacks. Mr. Irrelevant, drafted last in the 2022 draft. Patrick Mahomes is just a legend, especially in the playoffs. Look at that record, 14-3. When you look at what Brock Purdy is making, it's just a fraction, really, of the dollars that Patrick Mahomes has made. I mean, these are two quarterbacks that there's just the numbers speak volumes to what they have been able to do leading these teams, the belief that these teams have in them, and what you were speaking about a moment ago, Aditi, as far as clutch moments and not, at all having that sense of fear. And
yes, but you know what's so interesting is we talk about numbers. Patrick Mahomes' numbers this year are down. This has not been the same explosive offense, but what's so exciting about it is seeing the evolution, the maturation of Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't need to always look to chuck it downfield. He's taking what's there. He's acknowledging that sometimes you have to just punt and let your defense, that great defense Amy talked about, do its job. And I'll tell you this, Amy, I asked Patrick about getting to that point, accepting that, and he said, I'm just more comfortable doing what Andy Reid is calling.
Well, and I'm glad you mentioned Andy, because that's where I was going to take this conversation. What we've seen is adaptability.
Correct.
And now we see, hand the ball to Pacheco, and they're running the ball, and it doesn't have to be the same offense all the time to be a successful offense. And I have loved to see the adaptability, not only of Patrick, but Andy and the rest of the coaching staff and the team itself. And look, there are a lot of offensive weapons on both of these teams. At the end of the day, football is math. It's like a little word problem. Now, I'm not good at word problems, so let me try this. It's 11 on 11. And when you look across the field and you have so many people to defend, what are you going to do? If you double someone, someone's going to be free. I love the adaptability.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you talk about Andy Reid, but Matt Nagy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator, he had a great comment. He talked about one of the differences in Patrick and the whole offense being the difference between being ruthless and reckless, which means, to your point, if Mahomes is going to take a sack, that's not a bad play to take. It's all right. But I want women. Is there another quarterback in this game? Is his what? Oh, Mr. Relevant. When can we lose this? Can we lose this nickname for him, please? Finally, the guy is 21-5 as an NFL starter, including the playoffs. So spend some time with Steve Young, who knows something about quarterbacks and knows something about 49ers quarterbacks and 49ers offensive systems. He said Brock Purdy is an anomaly. He's not really the best at anything, but he executes what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do. And he said his unusual superpower, this is Steve Young's words, is his ability to process. And we always hear that. What does that really mean? It's his ability to decipher quickly, to find his guy and get him the ball. And that is really the magic of Brock Purdy. And let's look. He's going to be nervous. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. What concerns me is if he gets off to that slow start and they get behind a lot, are Amy Trask's defense, is he going to be able to come back against a formidable defense? And I'm not sure about that. But again, let's see what happens with Purdy.
Before we move on phrases and titles we want to get rid of.
Game manager?
Yes, you knew exactly where I was going.
Get rid of it.
I am so tired of hearing game manager used as a dirty word. And as you're talking about Brock Purdy, it makes me think of a way that Bill Belichick this year described not only Tua Tagovailoa, but Tom Brady to me. Bill Belichick said that no quarterback gets yards until somebody catches the ball. And the best quarterbacks get the ball to the right guy in the right spot. If AJ is money from the baseline 3, why would I feed her a 3 at the top of the key? I give her the ball on the baseline. So when you talk about Brock Purdy perfectly executing what's being called, that's what he's doing. If he knows time, if he knows situation, if he knows who needs the ball, where he needs the ball, and if he doesn't make mistakes, to Amy's math problem over here, because if you have 0 turnovers, you're in good shape, then really, Is game manager such a dirty word?
Right, and Kyle Shanahan has said, as you well know, that Purdy's the best quarterback that he's ever had.
Absolutely, and Brian Griese as well has echoed more of the same. And it's very interesting to me that Brock also started playing the game, playing flag football at an early age. He didn't play tackle, and he has even said that that helped with his processing skills because he had such little time
That
in the
makes
pocket
me feel
to distribute
so
the ball.
good because I coach my 8-year-old's flag football team.
There you go. There you go. To parents out there listening, Brock Purdy.